Good morning, T4. How is everybody today? Great. Great. As you can tell, I am not Stephen, and I've got some big Texas boots to fill today, but the rest of myself and SLT are going to get to us through this town hall today. Stephen had to take an unexpected absence today, so he won't be with us, but we'll be doing our best to get through town hall and get through any questions and any information that we have here. So thank you all for coming this morning, and we will go ahead and get started with the pastoral care update. Go ahead, Heather.
Good morning. Good morning. There we go. Well, you know, when I was younger, much younger, remember that? Anyway, in the springtime, my brothers and I would be, riding in a car somewhere with my mom driving, and she would do this thing that just, drove us up a tree. This is Mom driving. It's so pretty! It's so pretty! And of course we would yell, look at the road! But this was her favorite season. She loved all of the blooms, especially the red bud. And although I still stand by my youthful, look at the road! I've been thinking that, maybe we should take a leaf out of her book when she's not behind the wheel. Because, there is so much wonder in this world. And we sort of naturally, because that's the way our brains work, we adjust to it. So, oh yes, it's spring, that's nice. But how amazing is it that trees bloom on, that flowers bloom on trees? Aren't they just, remember all those drawings in grammar school? They come out of the ground with the 2 leaves. How amazing is it that every single spring, those bulbs, those dead-looking collections of what is that I just dug up from my lawn, somehow know, deep in its biological or chemical or divine heart, that it's time to reach for the sun again. And they do it every year. And they always have. No matter what is going on in the world and in our lives, the earth renews itself and reminds us that there is joy, there is beauty, and that there is hope. So I invite you in this April town hall to look at those tender green leaves and those blossoms and all those bulb plants and everything that's happening out there, even when it's raining, because that makes the things grow. With a renewed sense of wonder at the goodness and the amazing nature of this world that God gave us. I like to say that, God could have made everything various shades of gray. Could have. Didn't need to make it colorful, but who do you think he did that for? So breathe in the joy and the hope. Let's pray. Gracious God, we thank you for your mercies made new every morning. We thank you for the greenness and the pinkness and the explosion of tender, beautiful life all around us this spring. Help us to remember that you can make new our hearts and our lives, and that you always do. We pray this in your name. All God's people say,
Amen.
Gosh, I love being back in South. But just a couple of notes of things that we have talked about before. But this is a very busy time of year for the Earth's major religions. Passover, which is a especially holy but also joyful time of a celebration of God's promise and God's covenant to the Jewish people, begins at sunset tomorrow night. We, because next week is Holy Week, are having our Seder tonight, and if you have If you had forgotten and you had wanted to participate, just talk to me after town hall. I'm sure we can squeeze you right in there. And then of course it is Holy Week this week. We have worship on Wednesday as usual for Wednesday and Holy Week. They told me to keep reminding you of that because it looks like we're not worshiping on Wednesdays, but we are. And then Monday, Thursday worship. Actually, I am so excited about this. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at myself because it feels silly, but 4 of our very talented residents will be performing a staged reading of a brand new short drama during that service. So I'm very, very excited about that. And of course, Good Friday worship is here at 3 o'clock. And we are doing the Way of the Cross liturgy that allows us to walk with Jesus through his passion. And that's an important thing for the faithful, because walking with Jesus through his suffering and his death really reminds us of just how profound his love for us truly is. So we're very excited about that. There's a community Good Friday worship service at noon at First Pres. If any of these things twig your, I want to do that, just talk to me and I'll write it down later. And also a community sunrise service at 6:30 at the Mount Hebron Cemetery at the Old Grace Church wall. They do that every year. And also our friends at First United Methodist are doing a sunrise service on Apple Pie Ridge Road across from the elementary school, where eventually, one day, partially because of our support, they will have their sanctuary. So much to do this week. And those of you who are members of local congregations, just remember your pastors and all of those people that make these things happen in your prayers. A lot of the churches in our community are worshiping an awful lot this week, so to them. That's it. So next slide is
Hotline. Heather's going to be womanning our hotline, so for those of you watching from home, if you have any questions to relay over here, go ahead and call them in. All right, executive remarks. Mary and I are going to share these, but Fireside Lounge, Common Area newspapers. So this is just that the newspapers that we get in as Tibor that are over in our Fireside Lounge are for use in that area. They're not for use to bring back to apartments or to other areas of the building, but they're for all residents to be able to locate and to be able to use. And access to the admin workroom limited to team members only. And I'm going to let Mary talk about this a little bit since
I have to raise it up just a little bit, even with her big heels. Yeah, right. Yes. So we are having to make the administrative workroom, and that's where our main copier is. We need to limit that to team members only. So just a reminder that there is a business center for each resident to use, and there is a copier in there. Your badge should get you access to using that, but if you do have a problem with access to the copier, you can check with concierge. They have the information to get it set up so that you can use it. But that we have to limit it. There's a couple of reasons. One, the number of copies that goes on that computer have become outrageous. In 1 month, we used 30,000 copies. So we have to be a little bit more diligent about how we use the copier, how we use the paper for the copier. And then the second reason is we are starting to get a lot of private information faxed through that machine. So sometimes those papers are laying waiting for a team member to come pick those up or whatever, and we just need to protect it from anybody seeing things. So if you do have a problem, please see concierge for the business center or come see one of us in the administrative suite and we'll try to help you out as well.
If a resident needs to receive a fax, what should
Just let one of the administrative people know and we'll make sure you get it. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Can you use the ATM on the weekends?
This is nothing to do with the ATM. This is just the workroom that's in the administrative suites. So we're now asking residents not to use that copier anymore, to use the one that's in the business center where the ATM machine is. Okay?
And just to follow up on that, the business center that is right across from the bank, there is open through construction, so I know there's not carpeting on the floor. I know I've had a few people ask me if it is open during construction, and it surely is. I think we had a day of closure when they were pulling the floor up. There will be another one that will be pre-announced before we get to that point of construction when they put the floor back down and paint that area. But again, just please see anyone in the admin suite, anyone with SLT or concierge, and they'll absolutely be able to help you with copies or any questions or concerns that you may run into. And my favorite thing, renovation update. No, the renovation is moving along very smoothly and on time. They've completed the demo portion of the renovation at this point, and now we're doing the drywall and rebuild. If anyone was outside the building today, you might have seen the lights blinking, and no, I promise we're not going to have a fire alarm today on Town Hall. I won't bring everybody out in the rain. But they are working on the sprinkler system. They have to add in for the new addition that's placed to run additional sprinkler lines. So they'll be working on that today through next week. Let's see where we are now. Wait, I'm going to talk about this just a little bit more. Expected date of completion. So originally the completion of the project was slated for May. And we are going to do everything we can to try to return a portion of the building back to residents as we've extended the project into the library area, which is more than what we had initially expected. This is our phase one. The library is phase 1B, so to speak. And they do coincide. But we're looking at a completion date as of right now, probably being towards the end of July into early August. And again, that's for carpeting, and we want to make sure that everything's ordered at the same time, that we have the same dye lot on the carpet as we move from the lobby area into the carpeted area that's going to be in the library itself. So, and I don't know if anyone's had a chance to check your Uniguest or your Touchtown app. There is now a little area there to check for renovations, so it does have some of the renderings there. I think the renderings for what the library is going to be are on those as well. So really excited to be working through this. And once we have an actual completion date that's a little more concrete, we'll be giving that information. I know that we had hoped to have a ribbon cutting ceremony a little sooner than later, but we want to make sure that we're able to wrap this project up together and that we don't want to do anything to hinder the completion time. So very excited about that. Sorry, I'm not as savvy with this as Stephen is, so please bear with me. Pulse survey. What is a pulse survey? So I'm sure everyone here is familiar with the surveys, the annual surveys, resident that we do here in the fall and October. This is a smaller survey that will be going out to you in the next 2 weeks. If my phone wants to cooperate with me here, I'll tell you a little bit more. So this is a follow-up to our 2024 annual resident survey. We'll be doing a quick pulse survey to check on some of the top opportunities that all of you helped us identify. It's just a very brief 6 to 8 question survey, and it'll come to you via text or email. That was from Activated Insights, just like we do the annual survey. And please don't worry if you need any help completing it. I know Mary is versed in that as well, and she'll be able to help you through it. With any questions that you have, please go ahead and see her. Facilities update. Look, I roll right into myself. Compressors in North Dining are actually expected to be installed, or the work to begin today. And this is for the 2 compressors that manage the heat and cooling for the main dining area. This has been a long time coming. We did receive compressors in back about 6 weeks ago, and one of them was broken. So unfortunately, we had to wait for a replacement to come in on that, but we should have that up and running by next week at the latest. Really exciting finally to be able to give you some information on our water softener system. Again, something that we've been working on for a while, and we're currently working on the retrofitting of the equipment itself that's in the vault. So we have to update all of that to a newer, more modern system to be able to be equipped for the electrical control panel when it arrives. We've got about 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks left on the lead time before that gets here, but contractors are actively working on that equipment down in that vault right now. So we're looking at a time probably towards the end of May, early June, to have that system hopefully up and running. The good news with this is that once it's up and running and the equipment inside of the vault is updated, those parts will be easy to get. We won't have long lead times. We should not anticipate long repairs. We should be good to go for another 10 to 15 years. So this is an update of the full system that's in our water vault right now. So I know for one, will love to come to town hall and say, we are done, we don't have to talk about water anymore. Lights are back up in the village green. We do have to adjust the light in the two new posts that we have. I believe they're slightly discolored from what we have in the other ones, but we will get those to match. We have the benches to be replaced up there. We've just got to construct them. And we're working with the contractor right now to clean up the area where the old fountain was, and where we're going to have a new fountain, hopefully by the end of this summer. But we're going to clean that up and put some flowers out there in the meantime while we're waiting for our fountain on a slow boat from China. Elevators, my other very favorite topic. No, in all serious though, the elevator 3 that's down right now is not down because of any one particular part that is broken, but it did fail inspection again. It is operable, but there is a slow leak of hydraulic fluid from the muffler, which was welded and repaired last October. The inspector, when inspecting the rest of the elevators, did identify that, and for safety precaution measures, we shut it down. They are in the process of ordering a brand new muffler, something that is not refabricated, but something that is brand new that should last, the length of time. So I do not have a lead time on it right now. Once I do, we'll be sending an updated memo to update residents when you can expect to have that up in service. But we are working on getting that running as soon as possible. That's always our goal, is to have everything operational in this building as soon as possible. And on a positive note, we have a new security guard, David Lee. He is our overnight security guard. He started this Monday. He'll be with us on day shift through next week as well, and then he'll be transitioning to night shift the following week. So really excited to have him. And Dyna Services update. Melissa. Neither am I, but they've stuck me up here, so you can't do any worse than I am.
Oh, I wouldn't be sure about that. Okay. Y'all hear me? Yes. Great. Salad bar has been a great option for dining. We've done over $6,000 in sales since we started it, so yay. Our next one is our elegant dinner, which is next week. We have extended the sign up until Monday. There's not as much people that have signed up for it as the last one, so that has extended till Monday. And then you will get your cards to choose your options and then bring them back to dining, and then we'll have everything set up and have a great dinner on Thursday. The pasta station, it was well received. It was a lot busier for the dinner option than the lunch option. Some feedbacks were asking for dessert to be included, so the next option we go around, desserts will be included in it. And it's $20. All you can eat. You can go up as many times as you want. Your belly can hold. I eat a lot of pasta. And then you have dessert, which I probably won't eat because. And it's also a great way. Our cooks love to be out there and interacting with the residents. So it gets them out and about. You see their names, their faces. You know who's back behind the line cooking your food every day. The next big one is Easter Sunday. We'll be in the garden room from 10 to 3. The menu is posted on a flyer and at the host stand. It is $25. And we will have a breakfast from 8 to 10 just in the cafe area, and then the big buffet in the back. If you want a to-go option, you just come up to the cafe and get your to-go option instead of eating in the dining. Other than that, I don't really have a lot.
Well, you've done a great job. Thank you.
Thanks. Now I gotta go make sure lunch is ready. See you guys later.
All right. Parkinson's Walk. BJ's not here, so I'll just go ahead and talk on that. All are welcome to join us, and Lauren's going to talk on it, even better.
Good morning. You get to hear from me a couple of times today, guys. I'm very sorry. I know it's terrible. Parkinson's Walk. So as you may know, we have opened up our space for our Parkinson's support group. So thank you to two of our very wonderful residents, Cheryl and Kayleen. And she is coming up to chat a little bit about our walk so that she can make sure that you guys join us. So we used to do this every year, and then it kind of fell off the wayside, so they wanted to bring it back. So BJ and I are helping them do that.
Can you hear me? Another one of those short ones. So. Yes, the walk. We are really, really excited that Orchard Ridge is sponsoring the Parkinson's support group. It's a biggie for us. We had 42 people come the first month. Last month we had a dancing specialist come in, and we had 38 people who literally stood up and moved around their chairs. She comes in from Leesburg, and she's free. So if you want more information about that, talk to BJ. He's got the information on how to contact her. The walk itself, we are combining with Westminster Canterbury. They have also a small Parkinson's group. The one that we're sponsoring is actually it's territorial-wise, because we have Clark people and people from this end of West Virginia also. They have, Orchard Ridge has ordered us t-shirts, mint green t-shirts. They are $15 each. So when we get ready to do the walk, please bring a check made out to Tibor for $15, and you can have a t-shirt to work with us. And there's no year on it, so we can wear it year after year. Yes.
So there's a limited number of t-shirts, is what they're saying. So if you want one, please make sure to make your way to go get one, because once they're gone, that's all we have.
For this year.
For this year.
The walk itself, we'll go back one. The walk will be Tuesday. Our meetings are always the last Tuesday of the month, whether it's 4th or 5th, it's always the last Tuesday. And we meet here in the chapel. We'll have a brief speaker, someone who also has Parkinson's, that's been a very big proponent of exercising. The walk itself will be in 3 different distances that BJ's going to help us set up. The right around the circle is the shortest one, around the square. Or if you're really energetic, you can go all the way out to 50 and back. And they're going to use their little maintenance carts to run back and forth to make sure you have a ride back if you can't walk all the way back. If you have any questions, please contact myself or Kayleen, because BJ is out of the office for a little while. Thank you.
So BJ also wanted me to announce, we have Shenandoah University coming to do a research study. The signups are in the pre-registration notebook at the Get Connected Living Wall. So if you're eligible, 55 or older, having some balance issues, this is a great opportunity for you to be part of these students' education. So I highly encourage you to join them.
My potential, Christy. I love those shoes. Those are cute.
Okay. I have another short one. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Christy. I'm the nurse care coach for My Potential, which is the home care agency that's in the building. You can reach me at this number on the bottom. You can come see me in my office. We're located in the salon, that's funny. Next to the salon, the 2nd floor. Can you flip it? This is another reminder that we are not just personal care. We can help you with any cleaning needs, organization. Now's the time of year to start chucking some things. So if y'all want to throw some stuff away and get some organization going on, let us know. We're happy to help you. Flip it for me, Shane. This month's events, the inactive contract sign-up is today, right after Town Hall, in the little cubby hole between the lobby and the rotunda. If you don't know what an inactive contract is, it just allows us to treat you should you need us to. It doesn't cost you any money, it just gets you in our system so that if you need us in the middle of the afternoon on a Sunday when no one's here from myself or Lindsay, we can help you. So please come see us, get some information if you don't know about us, and we look forward to seeing everybody. The blood pressure clinic is the 15th from 12 to 2 in my office. And my Name That Tune will be the next day, the 16th, in the boardroom. From 2 to 3 they moved it, okay. That's all I've got. Thanks, guys.
All right, Engage Center. Or do you have anyone from Engage Center, or? Oh, there we go. I think they're chasing animals out there.
Yeah, they're helping with my pet portrait, so that's.
Just take a brief pause here. There she is.
Sorry, y'all, was setting up for pet portraits later. I just have a few announcements from the Engage Center. First, we are excited to share that the Aquatic Center is now staffed on Sundays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. With these extended hours, we've seen a wonderful increase in pool use, especially from visiting grandchildren. To ensure a safe and enjoyable environment for everyone, please take a moment to review the posted pool rules and keep a close eye on your guests to help prevent incidents requiring lifeguard assistance. If you have any questions about guest access or the Aquatic Buddy swim system, I'm happy to help. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Join us on Tuesday, April 22nd for a visit to Blandy Farm, the Virginia State Arboretum. That will be departing at 1 p.m. And be sure to pre-register by Monday, April 21st at noon. That leads me to our next point, that we have a new policy for all outings to allow us to better serve you and to limit last minute and day of cancellations. So starting now, if fewer than 4 residents are registered by noon the day before an outing, the trip will be canceled and those who signed up will be notified directly. We are refreshing our active outing format moving forward, so beginning in May, outings will be held every 4th Friday at 12 p.m., combining a physical activity followed by a lunch stop nearby. So our first revamped trip will be on Friday, May 23rd to Cool Springs Battlefield Loop with lunch afterwards at Bear Chase Brewery. We hope this new approach increases engagement and enjoyment. And then join us for our annual repotting event on Monday, April 28th at 1 p.m. behind the Spice Patio. Residents and team members are encouraged to pre-register with an estimate of soil needed so we can ensure that we have enough soil to provide custom blends for each plant. So bring your potted plants that need freshening up and feel free to bring extra pots or propagations to share with others. Can't wait to see you at these upcoming events and programs, and that's all I have for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. All right, resident experience update. There you go, Lauren.
Good morning. All right, genealogy group is starting soon. That's very exciting. BJ and Mrs. Kraus are running that. So that starts on April 16th at 1 p.m. Very excited about Health and Wellness Fair. I have everyone from someone that can help you write your advanced directives to several of the home care and home health agencies coming. We've got our own, the dermatologist that comes to see you guys is coming, so please join us. I have over, let's see, after everybody that came in yesterday, probably over 40 vendors coming. So they're coming to see you guys, so I need you to show up and come interact with them. It's gonna be very, very good for you guys. Door prizes, each of them will bring a door prize so you can get a chance to win a door prize as well. Great idea cards. We have updated them. I know that we talked about this in resident assembly. We've updated them. We just want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you want to do. So let me know. And then the Connected Living survey is live. Paper copies are available if you sign up at the Connected Living office. All right, we're very excited. Unfortunately, I think maybe the petting zoo might not be happening because it's supposed to rain next Friday, but please bring all your grandkids, kids, even yourselves if you want to come hunt for eggs for Easter egg hunting next Friday at 1 o'clock. Prominent Circle, so that's, we know Prominent Circle Cottages. It's that huge field out there right behind your garden plots. So I named it, I don't know if it seemed appropriate, I guess. But if we do have rain, we'll move that to the enrichment studio. And now, for what everyone's been waiting for.
Queen's Dinner drawing. I wish I had some good music tonight.
So, some of you asked if you're new to the Winchester area. Town Hall is being streamed, isn't it? Yeah, I just had a text message from someone. That's what technology does for us, guys. All right, so for some of you that don't know what Queen's Dinner is, I'm gonna read the little blurb that I put on the raffle ticket thing so you have an idea. The Queen's Dinner is a long-standing tradition of the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival, a beloved annual event held in Winchester, Virginia since 1924. The festival celebrates the region's apple industry and welcomes thousands of visitors with parades, performances, and various social gatherings. The Queen's Dinner is a highlight of the festivities, honoring the festival's Queen Designate, or Queen Shenandoah, and her court. The event dates back to the early years of the festival, though it has evolved in formality over the years. Traditionally, a dinner is served as an elegant gathering of festival designated dignitaries, including past queens, celebrities, and community leaders. So, like last night, we had the civic clubs here for an event to say thank you. So a lot of the civic clubs help us run the Queen's Dinner. Over the decades, the dinner has hosted notable guests such as Hollywood stars, politicians, and sports figures who serve as festival grand marshals and honorary chairpersons. The Queen's Dinner not only serves as a welcome event for the Queen and her court, which we have one of our very own in the Queen's Court this year, Mary Grace, in the dining room, is on the Queen's Court this year. She's probably gonna really hate me for saying this out loud. So don't tell her I told you. I lost my spot again, sorry guys. Dinner not only serves as a welcoming event for the Queen and her court, but it marks the beginning of the festival's most exciting celebration, which includes the Grand Feature Parade and the Queen's coronation. Today, the Queen's Dinner remains a cherished event, blending tradition, glamour, and local pride, continuing to honor the Shenandoah Valley's heritage and community spirit. So, also with that, so we talked about the parade. We will be gearing up in the next week or so to put some stuff out for the for the Grand Feature Parade. You can either ride the bus in the parade, ride the bus down to the grandstands, be on the float, or at least one person can ride in the caddy. I think I kind of designated myself to drive the caddy in the parade.
You're not gonna run with me again this year, Lauren?
Heck no. We've got stuff to hand out. But anyways, so we have 12 tickets for the residents, so here we go. Husband and wives, you're together, so if you want, unless you don't want to go together. All right. Oh, I can't read. Dave Payne. Dave Payne. All right. Barbara Kaplan. Mr. and Mrs. Mills. That's 2, 3, 4. Try to be fair. Burkhart's. All right, 6 more. I gotta count right, guys. The Goldmans. Thank you. Keep track for me, because I'm not awake yet. The Ingers. congratulations. Two more. So it's either a couple or two people. Fran Ring. And one more, it can't be a couple. Oops, that one was. Vicki Tierney. Man, you're lucky lately, girl. She also won something yesterday. All right, congratulations. I will make sure when we get the tickets printed that these go in your mailbox. It is a semi-formal event, and 4 team members will also be joining you. So I look forward to, hopefully I win too, and I get to go with you guys. So thank you, everyone.
So much fun. All right, questions. Here's a portion of our town hall where we're going to go around with questions. Once we get the microphone.
Good morning, I'm Terry Hannon. Is Melissa still here?
No, but we can answer questions if we.
We'll do our best to answer questions on her behalf.
Well, a question or a concern, and I'll make this a concern. The, what do they call it, the fancy dinner?
Elegant.
The elegant dinner. I guess one of my concerns is when it's advertised, we never know what the price is. We don't know what time the seatings are, and we never know what the menu is. So how am I supposed to decide whether I want to partake in the elegant dinner? The second point I have is something that I had asked for a long time ago, and we did have a short time when it happened. Yesterday, for example, we had some sort of event here on campus that caused a whole lot of extra traffic, people driving in the wrong direction. Please, it doesn't always appear on the Connected Living calendar, but could you please give residents notice of that and a heads up so we can at least have some preparation for that? Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do our best to try to get information out. Sorry about that. We try to put out signs and such, but sometimes there's confusion.
Elegant dinner is $40 per person, and I believe that the dining team has their menu up at the station. I am trying to make sure that we upload it to here as well, to the app. Oh yeah, right here we go. Look at that. Everything's on the app. Use the app, and you might get all the info you're missing. Yes, and it's also, we always try to make sure it's posted at the hostess station as well. So if you're coming in for dinner, lunch or dinner, take a peek at those.
Any other questions? This is quiet. We can always talk about hard water some more.
Nancy Tickner. I was just wondering the progress being made to not have the resident association and the town hall meetings in the same week. I wondered if that, there's a much better turnout here than there was at the resident association meeting.
Yeah, we really haven't come up to any good conclusion. But it only happens twice a year, they're telling me. Okay. 4 times a year.
Once a quarter.
Okay. So, one of the things that I had floated to Stephen was doing in every other town hall. So, it probably won't happen this year, because we're already, all at full quarter in, but it will be something that we will consider. That way you guys aren't getting information overload.
And I do think this year with the construction and everything else we have on, it's fair to say that we have, a decent amount of stuff to talk about when we talk about our progress through 25. But I'm with y'all. I think we have a little bit of information overload a few times a year, so.
A real simple change would be to switch from, instead of having town hall on second Friday, just switch it to third Friday. And now we're guaranteed over, oh, Mary's shaking your head no, so.
availability of the
Oh,
room.
Okay. How about third Thursday?
I'm sure these are things that we could look into. Yeah. Come on up, Mary.
I don't want to say definitely no, because there's never a definite no. But I know that there have been some talks about it and trying to figure out how to make it work for everybody. So again, I'm not going to say no that it's a definite no, but I know it has been something that's been talked about and trying to figure it out so that it works for everybody. You know, the one thing that Lauren brought up is like an every other month town hall was something that we talked about, but we got some resistance about that from residents. So let us work on it. That's probably the best I could answer for you. We would prefer not to have two. I was just saying, you know, we would prefer to not have that overload as well. So I think it's a concern on both team members as well as residents.
Well, really, my interest is in having, like, the management report that we get from you all, which is, you know, very informative, is to spread it out so that we don't end up with gaps of like 3 and 4 weeks.
Right.
And it gives you all a chance to keep us well informed too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Thank you.
I have a question, but I also have a thought on this. It seems like, particularly at this meeting, it was almost complete overlap. I mean, it was just repetitive from what we learned on Tuesday, so it's kind of a waste of everybody's time. What happened? Did this go off?
Sierra?
Okay. I just wondered if you have a progress report on the pictures, the residents' pictures, scheduling them with Matt Baker? Susan?
I don't have enough. We were, David Shedlock was trying to get a hold of Mr. Baker. I don't know.
He's agreed to do them, all we have to do is make a date.
So Susan's saying that Mr. Baker has agreed to do the pictures. We're just waiting on a date. Once that information is available, we'll put that out there.
Okay, because I've held space in the Villager for this, and it's coming up on our deadline, but as you know, we have a very long publication period, so it probably is not going to be a good idea to do that, right? To put it in the Villager.
No, I think we hold off on that. We'll do our normal connected living promotions.
Right.
Yeah, we're waiting for him to get back to us.
This is great. All right.
While we're waiting.
I do have one more thing to say, and I forgot to mention it earlier. The hair salon. Another reminder from our wonderful salon ladies upstairs that they are not open. First of all, they're not open every day. I think generally speaking, they're Tuesday through Thursday, and sometimes they'll open Mondays, and sometimes they'll open up Fridays, depending on their schedule and how many bookings that they have. So the other thing that they ask is to please be patient. They do not answer the phone when they are doing somebody's hair because they don't want to be rude and walk away. They want to give their clients the attention that they need. So please be patient for them to get back to you on setting appointments or whatever. They do enjoy doing your all's hair, and that's why they want to try to give you the full attention that you deserve. The other thing is we do have a new stylist over, she works on Tuesdays over in Orchard Woods. Her name is Michelle Parlett, very sweet. Some of you may have, if you go to Caroline's Barbershop, and I think some of you do, she works there part-time as well. So she works over at Orchard Woods on Tuesdays, and then she'll come over here and work on Wednesdays half a day. For any overflows that can't get in with Marissa or Sydney. She is offering a $5 off any service that you get from her for the next 3 weeks. So if you want to try her out, again, she's very sweet. I think you'll like her a lot, and you save $5 by using her. So you can call the salon, or call me and I can give you her direct, phone number, and you can give her a call, and she can set up an appointment with you. And then the last thing, it's never the pleasant thing, but, no-shows. If you are a no-show, you will get charged for the service that you had set up. So if you were getting a haircut, you're gonna get charged for a haircut. If you're gonna get a perm, you're gonna get charged for a perm. So if you can't make it, please give them 24 hours notice. Because again, they do have a backlog. They have a lot of people that are on a waiting list, and they're not able to do that, and they lose their income for that hour or whatever it is, for your service. So they're not trying to be unkind. It's just, again, this is their livelihood. They are independent contractors through us. So if you can't make it, please give them a 24-hour notice. Thank you.
I'm going to steal the mic real quick too and talk a little bit about landscaping as the weather's starting to warm up. Brightview is ramping up. I talked to Kat a little bit this year, and last year they were able to provide us with updates on Brightview Connect, something that myself, Kaylee, and other members of the facilities team are able to take a look at and kind of see what the calendar is. Kat is working on for us this year an actual calendar that we can share with residents too, something that's pretty user-friendly, answers a lot of questions on, when they'll be doing seeding and pruning, different various plants and trees through the community through the summer, spring, and fall. So she heeded a lot of the information that, and feedback that we had over the last 2 years, and is developing something for us. I'm hoping to be able to have that by the next town hall, and something that we'll be able to put out to everybody. So we're really excited about that. Also, just a general reminder when we're talking about requests, make sure to utilize Work Hubs for landscape requests. It really is our best friend when it comes to putting these requests in. We forward them every week to Brightview. They're able to put that then on their schedule for the upcoming week, and/or they'll reiterate to us if the work is not done or if it's part of a larger project, so we can share that feedback with you. So again, really excited to ramp up. We had a great year last year, and looking forward to the work with Brightview this year too. So thank you on that. All right, any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Comment.
That's all right. Not a question, just a compliment to your Work Hubs. They were wonderful, came right on time, came a day after I put it in, and then sent me a finish as well. So, compliment. Thank you.
We'll take the compliments. Any other questions, comments? Anyone else from Tibor have any comments, questions? All right, looks like we can give you a few minutes back of your time. We don't have any